Hi, and welcome to episode 5 of Chart Watch and new release news from me, Phil Aston, at Now Spinning magazine. So let's dive in and look at this week's UK album charts. So this is week 39 that I'm looking at now, and what I want to try and just talk about today is the fact that the way the charts are different to many of you watch my channel and what we understand to be the chart. So when I tell you about the numbers that it takes to get to number one, it can seem like so much lower than what it was in what we may perceive as being the glory decades of the 70s, 80s and 90s. And specifically, if I look at what's number one this week, which is a band called 5 Seconds of Summer, this week's sale were 14,853, of which 11,500 were physical, less than 1,000 were downloads, and streams are about 2,300. So if Ozzy Osbourne had released his Patient Number 9 album this week, he may have gone to number one, because as you've seen, the number one album last week was about 30,000, and before that was above that. So it does fluctuate a lot. So to get to number one is less than 15,000. You know that looking at all these other entries here, the numbers are going to be a lot lower. And if I look at this, what I'm trying to say is that we live in a time where all music is available, and because of that, it is such a flux of what can enter the charts. And so you've got Fleetwood Mac's 50 Years, Don't Stop, right at number 15. It's been in the charts for forever, hasn't it? ABBA Gold has been in for a long time. Queen's Greatest Hits, Elton John's Diamonds. A lot of these kind of, greatest hit stuff are always there. Fleetwood Mac Rumours is still in there, 751 weeks on the chart, I think. Alice in Chains has come in at number 36 as a re-entry. Last week's number one is now number 37. And I think number two last week was Suede, down to number 39. Foo Fighters are at their greatest hits. Legend, Bob Marley. So a lot of greatest hits albums are always in there. And Ozzy Osbourne has dropped from 32 to 56 this week. So he's holding on, but he's slowly dropping down the charts. And Pink Floyd, which is number 5 last week, has dropped down to number 59, showing that all us Floyd fans went out that first week and bought it. I mentioned just about ABBA's Gold Greatest Hits. This is a pearl anniversary for the album. It's been reissued on vinyl, cassette and CD, and which has propelled it into the charts. Its highest position for 54 weeks, so it was there a year ago, and it's gone to 11 to, is it 6? Was it number 6? Yes, it's number 6, and it's to sales to get to number 6 in the charts is 5,753. So physical sales this week account for about just over 15% of the UK market. So that's just a quick look at the album chart this week, and so you can see there's lots of things that are in there that are greatest hits. And when we talk about sales figures, one thing we have to take into account is that this covers as many indie shops and H&V and all the UK bricks and mortar shops. What it cannot include are artists that sell directly to their fans from their website. I read recently that I think it was one of the comments actually on one of the previous Chart Watch episodes where Fish, the ex-Marillion singer, had such a run on his one of his albums, which he sold directly from his own website, so from him directly, that if it had been counted, the album would have been in the top 5 charts. And it could be a bit like Ozzy Osbourne's Patient Number 9. A lot of the albums, the special editions and everything, went straight from Ozzy's website, and they would not have been counted in the overall sales figures. So we have to take that into account. So as I said on the main charts, that Dirt by Alice in Chains is re-entered the charts. So there it is at number 1 in the rock charts. We've got Animals, Pink Floyd, Patient Number 9, Ozzy, Dark Side of the Moon. So Various are new, and they were in on the indie charts as well. Foo Fighters, Ghost are in. Shout at the Devil. There's a bit of Motley Crue action in the metal charts this week. Wish You Were Here, Venom, Megadeth, Black Sabbath, Paranoid, and where was it? Theatre of Pain. That's probably one of my least favourite Motley Crue albums, I have to say, but there it is at number 21 in the metal charts. Force Majeure by Heat, love that band, and that's the first one with their new vocalist, so it'll be interesting to hear that as well. So new release news, looking at the weeks ending October the 7th. I know in the UK we've got the Pink Floyd Animals Super Deluxe Edition. And here we've got, what things am I looking at? We've got Zappa 75, that might be interesting. Todd Rundgren, Duran Duran, Lou Reed, is there anything new? Revolver, the Super Deluxe set. Complete Reprise studio albums by Eric Clapton is still due. Just see if there's anything else. Seal I spoke about last week, and Guns N' Roses. Thank you for all your comments about those two box sets and sharing your honest thoughts about them as well. I've got Kiss, Jimi Hendrix from April 26, 1969. I don't think you can ever have any too much Jimi Hendrix, really. And is there anything on the second page of this release radar? Tom Petty, the Fillmore, and Hunky Dory set. That looks good as well. And just a few things on my own website. Tubular Bells 50th anniversary celebration. That looks good. Silverhead, the complete recordings 1972-74, 6 CD box set from Cherry Red. We're looking forward to that as well. I've got the original CDs, but it'll be interesting to see what the live stuff is like. And other stuff from the archives, David Crosby, live at the Capitol Theatre, end of November. Kiss, we've mentioned. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick, 40th anniversary edition, being repressed, which is brilliant news, and I hope they do that for the rest of them, and perhaps my video reviews will help nudge the label to listen to fans as well. And I think those are the main things. So a short chart watch this week, but if you want to know some of the box sets the new releases that I am reviewing this month, make sure you watch the channel update on YouTube, and that covers all the things that I'm covering. There's Van de Graaff Generator, Pentangle, lots of stuff, as well as Pete Way. So make sure you watch that, and that will give you an overview of everything I'm covering on the channel this month. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I shall see you on my next video.